The ONVO manager has given us a shocking update. Now, this guy, he's been working in the automotive industry selling cars for over 15 years. First with Audi, then with Mercedes, then with Tesla, then with NIO, and now with ONVO. And he has given us some shocking information. Now, of course, not any corporate secrets, but more so what it's like in the front lines, what kind of situation they're dealing with, and the problems resulting in the sales. This video is sponsored by Collagen Therapeutics, ticker symbol QLGN. Collagen Therapeutics is a clinical stage therapeutics company that focuses on the development and commercialization of treatments for adult and pediatric cancer in the United States. The company's core lead program is this QN302, which inhibits cancer replication. Now, they have also worked with some of the top universities in the world to develop this, and also QN302 has received FDA approval for phase 1 trials, which is absolutely fantastic. They also have a second program that they're working on, which is called the PAN-RAS, and this is a preclinical stage, and it is for the treatment of advanced solid tumors. Now, this company was founded in 1996 and is based in Carlsbad, California. And the ticker symbol is QLGN. And then in their investor presentation, you can take a look at the science behind how it works, how it stops and inhibits tumor growth, all the different charts, etc. And they're just doing some really cool things, trying to, solve the cancer problem, which is very cool. Now, of course, they are a listed company, and the stock price, if you take a look, currently trading at $3.8 per share. And this could represent a very interesting opportunity for you guys. And just add them to your watch list. Keep an eye out for this company. And they could have FDA approval or some great news coming soon. And that could really move the stock. And you have to stay tuned for that, because pharmaceutical companies and these kind of therapeutics companies, you never know when the news drops, and then when it does, it just moves really fast. So definitely add them to your watch list. Not financial advice, of course, but keep an eye out for this company. Ticker symbol QLGN. And just to make it clear, what he said wasn't directly said to me, but in a group chat that I'm in, and he gave an update towards the company and what's going on. So starting with the first one, he said, "I've been busy from morning to night today. I'm still in the shop right now. The folks, everybody has a feeling that iron is not made of steel. I can understand you all very much. In fact, I also heard a lot of voices saying that NIO will close down, music will stop. A lot of these voices, I have been reflecting on myself and the team. How can we do very well? And how can we do better? As a first step, we still need to earnestly and faithfully receive every customer and give every customer a good experience. I actually feel that there are a lot of new people here in ONVO. Many of them have come from other brands, and there are still many immature aspects of the brand understanding. We're also trying to train our partners to become sort of experienced sales reps. Good positive communication will build more people's confidence and can absolutely help sales, which I very much agree with. There are many shortcomings, and I hope all the folks can give us some more good advice to help us grow." So from the very first one, you can sort of tell that what they're working with, sales reps, they're not exactly super experienced sales reps in the front line. And then, he added with this, the biggest problem. According to him, the biggest problem is still 关注度, which is brand awareness or attention is not enough. And he said that every day he's super anxious. He's talking so much that he's gotten blisters on his lips from introducing, the brand and everything. And that's the ONVO manager, right? It's supposed to be the sales reps convincing the customers to buy the car, but then, the ONVO manager has to step in because of inexperience of the sales reps, because of the lack of brand awareness, resulting in him also getting blisters in his mouth, which just shows the core fundamental problem, which is brand awareness is not there. Now, the next one. Here he says, I've been dreaming if the price was even more competitive and sales reached 30,000 plus per month, how will the company feel? Of course, this is sort of indirectly implying that even though the product right now is fantastic, all right, and I have to agree with him, the product is fantastic, but the lack of brand awareness sort of makes it a little bit of a difficult choice for consumers, right? If this was a NIO ES3, and then you have that 200K starting price, everybody will be jumping the gun and buying this car like straight up. It'd be like, oh my God, it's a NIO, it's so cheap. But then you have a new brand and you don't have that perspective, right? It's like when Tesla launched a Model 3 and then it's like, oh my God, this is so cheap, this is an affordable Tesla. But then if Elon Musk launched something like Edison Motors or something like that, and then had the Model 3 as Edison Motors, it's people don't have the perspective. Like, is this worth it? Is this the bang for the buck? That's why you've seen the adjustment in marketing saying, this is a sub-brand of NIO, using NIO tech and all that kind of stuff, trying to associate themselves with NIO as much as they can, because management knows the brand awareness is not there. They have to spend a lot of time explaining the brand. Now, this one, he says that current policies are being adjusted accordingly. So management knows about the situation in the front lines, and they're adjusting policy to make more incentives or more lucrative choice. And it really boils down to this question, right? The ONVO L60 is about 60,000 RMB cheaper than the Model Y. Is it justifiable to get the ONVO L60 and save $60,000, which is very worth it, right? And a no-brainer choice in my opinion. But for the customer, they might want to choose something with more brand power, like Tesla. Okay. However, if you widen this gap and say the ONVO L60 is even cheaper than that, then it becomes a no-brainer. Like, you're sort of forced to choose the ONVO L60 because it's just such a bang for the buck product. So this is where the situation stems from. There's no perspective from the customer about whether or not this car is cheap or not, or affordable or not, right? If this was a NIO car, it would be selling like hotcakes. Yeah. And because people associate NIO with a high-end brand, and then you have an affordable car, boom, right? We'd all want to buy that. However, with this ONVO brand, they don't have that perspective. Is the ONVO 200,000 RMB, is that a cheap price, or is that, what is that? They don't know how to think about it, okay? And that has caused, some difficulty getting sales. So, of course, I guess right now their course of action, make the cars more lucrative, and also really, really train those sales reps, get them up to speed as ASAP, and, better brand awareness. They gotta get all those straight because the product is fantastic, but they really got to improve brand awareness. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.